If teams were more aggressive, they'd win more games, according to a study by a Cal Berkeley economist.
I mean, the basic conclusion of the study is that teams should be a lot more aggressive than they are.
Using computer modeling, Professor Romer derived the value of each yard line on a football field. The value equals the points an offensive team can expect to score from a given yard line, minus the points their opponent would likely score if they took over on downs at that yard line.
Down in the 35 or 40, close to 4th and 10, you should be thinking about going for it. Down by the goal line,
Arizona will go for it.
If you go for the touchdown, you don't get it, you leave the other team in terrible field position. So it doesn't take a very big chance of success to make going for it worthwhile.
Facts are stubborn things.
I use data from every single NFL game for 3 years. I can say with a lot of confidence, teams would, on average, be better off going for it.
Going for it on 4th down statistically helps you win games. Let's say you're on your 5-yard line and it's 4th down and 7 yards to go. Okay, you got to make it out to the 12. Well, I know this. If we go for it on 4th down right here,
4th and 4. Really?
Don't make it.
Throws. This is what Kevin Kelly believes. And the pass is incomplete. He couldn't get it.
They're going to get the ball right there, 1st and goal from the 5. They're going to score a touchdown 92% of the time. We don't even try to go for it. And we punt it out and they get it around the 40-yard line. The number only goes from 92 to 77. It's still that high. They're going to score anyway.
The receiver gets it on the outside, and he is in. A touchdown.
So you're basically assuring the other team points. And if you throw in our 4th down, we've got a chance to make the 1st down. We are right at 50% 4th down conversion rate.
Dangerous spot here.
It's 4th and a mile from their own 8-yard line.
Steps up, lobs one out there, and it is caught one more time. Zach Kelly right there, and that's enough for a 1st down. That's 2 4th down catches he's made for 1st down.
Do you punt and save field position, or do you go for it? Statistically speaking, the odds are in your favor. Over the last 4 seasons, 60% of 4th down conversion attempts have been successful. And in the area deemed too long for a field goal but too close to punt, between the opponent's 38-yard line and your 40, teams have a 68% conversion rate on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2. That's almost 7 out of 10 times you can continue a drive instead of giving possession back to your opponent. And yet, 7 out of those 10 times, coaches sent in the punter. It's not gambling if the odds are in your favor. Fortune favors the bold.
So Bosher will punt for the 2nd time in overtime.
First charge timeout, Atlanta.
Looks like Mike Smith is thinking about maybe going for this.
Yeah, Goose, when you call a timeout on 4th down, you're usually thinking about going for it. It's overtime, next score wins. You're playing the Saints, you're on your own 30. You're at home, it's 4th and inches. If you don't get it, they're in field goal range, the game's over. I mean, it's Drew Brees. What you want to call, what analytics might want you to call, might not be the same uniforms. Thomas, organizationally, the decisions you make, the analytics you study, how do they come into play in a play like this? Have you run the win probabilities beforehand?
Well, yes, we definitely have. And, the idea of punting and having I believe it was a 42% chance of winning versus going for it.
So you've run those numbers.
Converting and having 57% chance, if those were in fact the numbers, if I'm correct. I think as an organization, it was something that I lauded, and I would say go for it again and again.
Points. Jack, you're thinking on the sidelines at this moment?
Yeah, I think, I like the idea of having your offensive line, your quarterback get you inches to keep the ball out of Drew's hand. I mean, I think the odds are in your favor. I'll be surprised if they're not. But the only thing that would maybe cause you hesitation is the fact that you're that deep in your own territory. But I can tell you, we had a playoff game with Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, and it was snowing, and we had 4th and inches like this on our 10 early in the game, and I said, I want to go for it here. And would have
What's
liked
your
to
play
have
call here, boss? Is it punt? Is it run? Is it pass? Is it QB sneak? What's your
pretty tough to stop a quarterback sneak.
Okay. Herm, yours?
Yeah.
Thomas?
Yes. Matt
QB
Ryan.
sneak, Matt Ryan?
Yes.
All right, Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, numbers say good call. And the reason is that I disagree with your lead-in. You said, hey, if you don't get it, the game's over because you're in field goal range. field goal range, field goal attempt range, what I like to say. So we've seen
inside too. It's on turf. It's in the dome.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a you're only on the 28, and what coaches tend to do is run into a brick wall 3 times and try the field goal from about the 25 or so, and that's not automatic. I think the year before, I think the Saints were in an overtime game. I can't remember against who, San Francisco maybe. Very similar situation. They missed the chip shot field goal. I think there are a number of situations. I'm thinking of Phillip Rivers bobbling a snap against Kansas City a couple years ago. Right, it's not automatic. So that's what makes the difference. We overlook those things, and those are the things the numbers can catch and find for us. So that kind of tipped the balance towards going for it. And something that Herm said earlier about the game has changed. Offenses now can move up and down the field at will. Even below average offenses are like the superstar offenses of a generation ago. And that's really, that's what tips the balance towards going for it. Possession is everything in overtime, especially in sudden death format like we were here. So those are the big considerations.
Like we like to use 4th downs, we like to onside kick, those things. I don't know that that's an idea per se, but sit there and taking something, looking at it, looking at the numbers and doing something.
I don't understand why profitability would make it such that teams in the NFL don't go for more on 4th down. I mean, the data is, obviously Kevin takes it to the extreme and always goes on 4th down. That's probably not the right answer, but the data is overwhelming that they should do it more, right? And the fact that they're not, the coaches, and George might be able to speak to this, the coaches are still competing and trying to win. So to me, all you need is like one pioneering coach in the NFL who starts winning using this and shows that it's better,